Everyone, welcome back to the Good Sport Reviews YouTube channel. If you haven't done it already, make sure to click like and subscribe to the channel for a very impromptu, very random, quick stream just to give thoughts on this whole Trent Alexander-Arnold situation about whether he's staying, whether he's going, whatever he's doing. Because I, for one, am getting very bored of it. I'm very bored of this whole situation as to whether or not he's staying, whether or not he's going, whether he's going to Madrid, whether he's going to stay at Liverpool, whether he's going to throw it all down the toilet, everything that he's accomplished at the club. If he's going to go the Steve McManaman route or if he's going to go the Steven Gerrard route. If you haven't done it already, make sure to click like and subscribe. And let me know what you think of the new background, the new scenery. You can thank my girlfriend for that, Shell, because she's done a really, really good job of getting everything looking a bit more professional than just the blank white wall behind me with a few bits thrown on. But yeah, I was eager to get something out, and this whole Marca reports coming out of Trent potentially leaving to Madrid, apparently informing the higher ups that he wants to go to Real Madrid. It was the perfect time to do it because it's this whole situation, this whole dynamic of Trent deciding whether or not he wants to stay at Liverpool or go to Real Madrid has gone on for way too long. And I, for one, am bored of it. I'm done with the whole thing. I am sick and tired of this whole episodic series of will he stay, will he go? Trent needs to make a decision and he needs to decide right now whether he's staying or not, because we as a club are in a situation where we could be potentially losing one of the best players in this club's recent history on a free transfer to Real Madrid. And I think we as a fan base deserve to know whether or not it's true or false, because it's gone on for too long. This is a situation that could have been avoided a long time ago. And instead, we're going into the January transfer window in less than a week, in 4 days, in fact, where Trent can discuss pre-negotiations with other clubs outside of England. And we don't have a definitive answer or any sort of rumbling as to whether or not he's going to be staying or going. Instead, we're getting treated to cryptic tweets. We're getting treated to cryptic comments about Ballon d'Ors and things he wants to achieve for his individual career. And it's gotten to the point of lunacy. It's gotten to the point of, what's the point? We are not a drama series. This is not something that we as a fan base deserve. This is something that we just could go without. And honestly, Trent needs to either shit or get off the pot, because it's taken far too long to decide what he wants to do. If he wants to go to Real Madrid, absolutely fine. But start owning up to it. Start saying that I want to go, or say that you're waiting until the pre-contract agreement stage. Just give something to the fan base, which is determining for us whether or not you are going to stay at this club and be a long-term successor at right back and go on to compete for even more silverware in a situation where we're currently top of the Premier League and Champions League, or go to Real Madrid and just become another face on the mural. Michael Owen did it. David Beckham did it. Steve McManaman did it. Gareth Bale did it. All these players have gone to Real Madrid and end up just another fly on the wall, another tiny piece of their history, rather than staying at Liverpool, where you could remain a club legend and you could become someone who could remain at this club for years to come and win so much more silverware than you could imagine in this current situation. You'll probably go to Madrid and win more. You'll probably win a trophy every single season, but you will not have that admiration. And Jurgen Klopp said it when Coutinho left for Barcelona. You can stay at this club and get a statue. You can become an icon and a legend, or you can go to Barcelona, you can go to Bayern Munich, you can go to Real Madrid, and you will just end up another tiny, small, insignificant piece of their history that will not be remembered in the long term over the likes of Raul, Figo, Zidane, Ronaldo. Trent needs to decide what he wants to do. I want him to stay, but it probably does make sense for him to go to Madrid if that's what he's wanting. If he wants to achieve these individual accolades of a Ballon d'Or, which he's never going to win, let's be honest. A right back is never going to win Ballon d'Or as much as he probably deserves it. Just like Van Dijk didn't win the Ballon d'Or, despite being the best player in the season that he almost won it. I think it's 2019 or 2018. Trent will not win a Ballon d'Or because there's players like Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe and all these other big name prospects who could potentially win it. But he has a chance to win silverware, and that's what's on his mind. That's what he wants to do. But he needs to decide. He needs to let us know, because we've seen in the past these contract situations drag out and drag on to the point of we just stop caring. And I'm at that same point now with Trent, and I'm getting to that point with Van Dijk and Salah. I want them to stay. I want all three of them to stay, and I'm sure a lot of people do. But there's something different about the Trent one. And we've heard Jamie Carragher go on about it. We've heard all these club icons say that you are revered when you stay at this club. He's an academy prospect. He's someone who's come through the system. He's grew up in the city. He's loved by all the fan base. And there's something different about him potentially leaving over Mo Salah and Van Dijk. Two people who aren't from that city, aren't from this city, aren't from this country even, in fact, who are making more clear that they want to stay, that they want to be a part of this team, that they want to become icons and legends and break records and win silverware and captain this club for years to come. And Trent is the one who's been through the whole thing, gone through the academy, worked his way up, made his debut in that incredible game against Tottenham in the League Cup back in October 2016 or 2017 even. And he's got to this point where he's vice captain. He's won every single possible trophy at this club and has the chance to win so much more. And yet he's the one who's making the conversations of, well, I could go to Madrid. Well, I could go do this. I could win the Ballon d'Or. I could win more trophies. And it's mental to me that the two players who aren't even from this city are able to show more love and affection to this fan base than someone who's been a member of that fan base in the past. And Trent is just, he has the ability to go anywhere he wants and do anything he wants and win so much, but he's going about it the wrong way. And I honestly think he just needs to be honest to us and the fan base. So to go through Trent this season there's so much to discuss because he's done so much. He's been one of Liverpool's best players, arguably, this season. There's talk over his defensive acumen. Can he defend? Can he tackle? Can he be a defensive right back? He's actually been one of the best fullbacks in the league this season, not just in terms of attack, but in terms of defense. But his attacking numbers, he outranks the likes of James Maddison and Kevin De Bruyne for progressive carries. He outranks Bruno Guimaraes in terms of progressive passes. Martin Odegaard in the same metric. He's so incredibly talented. And I just think that we as a fan base owe nothing. Trent owes us nothing because of everything he's done for this club, by the way. He's won every possible thing. In some regards, his lineage outranks Steven Gerrard. As stupid as it is to say, he's won a Premier League. Gerrard never did that. But it feels like he just needs to be honest. I'm sick of the will he won't he. I'm sick of the drama. I'm sick of the controversy surrounding his situation. Either do it or don't do it, but just be honest with us because we, as a fan base, in my opinion, deserve it. And I don't know, as time's going on, as things are progressing, I just think Trent is going to go. That's just the way my mindset is, because at least with Van Dijk and Salah, we've been able to see rumblings that they want to stay. They're in discussions over remaining at this club. Whereas for Trent, he's just there's no sign of it. There's nothing about him. His body language, his discussions, every conversation he's having is just, it feels like the grass is greener. It's not always greener. Coutinho is a prime example of that. He went to Barcelona and things went tits up, for lack of a better phrase. Like, so many players leave this club expecting better. Torres did it. Suarez is one of the few examples of someone leaving this club and progressing. You look at anyone in the Jurgen Klopp era beyond who's left Liverpool and gone to a so-called bigger club. How many of them have worked out? Only a couple players have actually progressed and got better after leaving Liverpool in the past 10 years, arguably. Dominic Solanke's one. Balotelli had a slight spell at Nice where he did particularly well. There are a few players who leave this club at the moment who get better. And for me, I just think Trent is one of these people who he has the talent, he has the ability to go anywhere he wants and do anything he wants. But if he's going to let money and financial play come into this, it's stupid. It is the worst decision he could possibly make because he is throwing away a lineage and a history at this club that he's worked so hard to build. And he's established himself as one of the greatest players in this club's modern history. And he would piss it up the wall at Real Madrid. He would become a small piece in history that's filled with other legends who will always outrank him. He'll probably win trophies. Steve McManaman won 2 Champions Leagues after he went to Real Madrid. And I'm sure he's not looking back with any regret. He's probably looking back thinking, great, I won that. That's fine. I was willing to sacrifice some fanfare for that. But it's still It's what it means. He's worked his way up. He's 26 years old. You're 5 years away from 31, at which point you are considered a long-term Premier League legend. He's been at the club his whole career. And I understand there's a desire to do a new challenge. There's a desire to go and win things elsewhere in a different country and to try something completely different. But if the main factor that's coming into this is he wants more money, he wants more wages, I just think it's selfish. And if these reports from Marca are to be believed, he's said to the club's hierarchy, I want to go to Real Madrid. Now, if the club's hierarchy know about this, there should be more of a push and desire to sign someone who can replace him. Obviously, we've got Conor Bradley, but then who's the backup to him? There needs to be something needs to happen. We need more information, and just the fan base as general deserves to know what's going on with Trent. I understand he owes nothing. It's his career. He can do what he wants. He can dictate what he wants. He's essentially put himself into a position where if he wants to go to Madrid, fine, perfect. But we just need some sort of information. I'm bored of the situation. I'm bored of this whole financial. He wants 180. He wants 280 grand. We're offering about 180, maybe a little bit more. It's the length of contract. He wants to be capped. I'm just done with it because I watch football to be entertained. I watch it to see what's going on the pitch, to watch us win things. I don't care about contracts. I don't care about sign-on bonuses, clean sheet bonuses, goal bonuses. I just don't care. I don't care. And either do it or don't do it. But don't pussyfoot around until the 1st of January when suddenly you can pre-negotiate and then go, oh, by the way, I'm leaving. Just be honest. Just say whether you're going or not, because it's out of this world levels of, it just feels rude. Not rude, but I don't know. It's not just a free transfer. It's not just that there's a lack of money involved if he is to go, because he is one of you could get high amounts of money for Trent. It just feels disrespectful. The way of which it's going about, if he does just leave on a free transfer after everything he's done, everything he's won, everything that's gone on, winning a Premier League, a Champions League, an FA Cup, 2 League Cups, a Club World Cup, a Super Cup, Community Shield, it just feels disrespectful for him to say, you know what, great, thanks, I'm going to Madrid, you crack on without me. And we wouldn't be in a struggle with Conor Bradley as such, but Trent possesses a skill set that few players in the Premier League ever have. David Beckham, De Bruyne, Giggs for a period of time, like Paul Scholes. Certain players have that element and ability of being true passers of the ball, and Trent is one of the greatest in the Premier League era. He has a skill set which would benefit any club. And the way Madrid operate with Ancelotti, with a high build-up, pushing his fullbacks out wide as far as they can, level with the midfielders, keeping possession, creating rotational displays of attacking football, making sure that players find pockets of space for him to pass the ball into, it suits Trent perfectly. And Ancelotti is not going to be at Madrid much longer. Xabi Alonso is probably going to come in and take over and become the long-term successor. And we've seen what he's done with Jeremy Frimpong. He turned him into one of the most sought-after fullbacks of the recent era of the past 5 years. Trent would absolutely thrive. Mbappe would benefit off him so much. I think he receives like 9 live touches of the ball per game and 9 touches in the box per game as well. Trent would absolutely love playing with Mbappe. He'd love playing with Bellingham. He'd love playing with Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo and Modric, especially when Ancelotti wants his fullbacks to become inverted. He wants them to come into the middle and make things happen. But just be honest with yourself and be honest with us if that's what you want to do. If he wants to go, go. If you want to stay, stay. But just make some sort of effort to be honest about it. Salah and Van Dijk have said they want to stay. They're making motions to stay. Trent, this whole, I want to win this, but I want to do this, and I love the club, but I love this club. Just decide, because I'm bored with it. I'm done with it. It's not some sort of TV show. It's not a big dramatic situation. Either just do it or don't do it and make the decision, because we need to know what the future is. This club will live on beyond Trent leaving, if he does leave. Carragher said it about Salah. And I think it's the wrong player to be aiming at in that situation. There should be all arguments that are being directed at Trent. If he does leave, McManaman had it, Owen had it, Suarez had it, Torres had it, Coutinho had it, so many big name players. you are not revered in that same light like Mascherano and Alonso, club legends, all big, big, big name players who have left for other pastures, predominantly in Spain, bar Torres, who went to Chelsea. But you're not remembered the same, you're not revered the same. And this is a warning sign to Trent of the same situation. He can go Madrid. He'll be throwing away everything that he's made in terms of his build-up with the fan base. He will still be revered. He's an icon and a legend of this club in the Premier League. But you need to consider this when you do make the move. It will never be the same. You will go on to win trophies. I have no doubt that Trent would win a Champions League or two. I have no doubt he'd win a La Liga. He'd be in the Ballon d'Or top 10. He'd be one of the most influential players of recent Spanish footballing history, arguably of the past 20 years, because he's got a skill set that so few have had. But you will be tarnishing your affiliation with this fan base, and you will be disrupting everything that you've built for the prospect of winning things. And that's his prerogative. He's a footballer. It's what they do. Their aim in life is not to build rapport with the fans. It's not to build a relationship with us. It's to win things, and he will do that. But he will tarnish that affiliation with a city which he's born and bred in, which he's built his career through, to go to Madrid, become that small part of their history, win a trophy or two, and then where do you go from there when the talents dry up? Where do you then move to? Where's the progression from there? Stay with us and you become a legend. You will become one of the most revered players in this club's history, especially with the trajectory we're on in terms of winning trophies. Carabao Cup semi-final, top of the Premier League, the way that we're doing it at the moment, top of the Champions League table. We will win a trophy this season. We will win multiple trophies in the next few seasons if this continues. And one trophy here is worth more than the thousands that Madrid will win going forward. Thousands, a bit of an overstatement, but it means more is not just a phrase that we use to sell t-shirts. It means more because us winning silverware is a far greater achievement than Real Madrid winning a Copa del Rey in Spain. You can go to them and become that small piece of history. You can stay with us and become a major component in ours. And that's just something that he does need to factor in to this scenario. And I just want an answer. I just want to know, and I'm sure we'll find out in the next few weeks with this whole thing, because Van Dijk and Salah seem to be getting closer to an agreement. Trent does not seem to be getting any closer. And there's reports saying he's staying, reports saying he's going. I'm just bored of it. And I just want a resolution, especially as we go into January, because I feel like we're going to learn very shortly what the situation is. And I, hand on heart, think he will be leaving. I see no world in which Trent stays, but he will be throwing away so much leaving us to go to Real Madrid, not in terms of on the pitch, but off it. And your time on the pitch is very limited. That will end sooner than your time off the pitch will. And Stephen McManaman will have no regrets looking back and winning 2 Champions Leagues at Real Madrid, but he will have regrets of the way that he's viewed across the fan base now, and that's undisputable. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Should Trent stay? Should he go? What's the situation with it? Because I'm just do it or don't do it at this point. I don't care anymore. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next live stream or video.